paid somebody to rape a mother cow, forced her to be pregnant against her will without consent, taken her baby boys away, killed them for veal, and stolen her milk.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However,
people saying the earth is round and not
suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands
they patriots all across Australia.
Dividing people on the grounds of race is racist.
Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life and culture,
Australians is now living off the dole.
Being persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hey, welcome to High from Fire. I am, as always, Adam Sage, and yes, I didn't live up to my promise as usual, as doing these podcasts as usual. But anyway, hey, fuck it. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Because why the fuck not? All right, first story. I'm making the sound effects myself with the fire. Daily Beast. This is from the Daily Beast. That's why I said Daily Beast. Daily Beast. Oh no, it's not from the Daily Beast. It's from Daily Fact. Okay, so these are two daily newspapers competing against each other, or online, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyway, Daily Beast writer deletes tweet after falsely accusing Tucker Carlson of adding, quote, googly eyes to AOC photo. All right, so this guy, Justin Bangarana, whatever the fuck your name is, Bangarana. A writer for the Daily Beast thought he caught Fox News host Tucker Carlson adding googly eyes to an image of progressive lawmaker Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. After he realized he didn't, and it was just an unedited image, he went ahead and deleted his tweet. See, that's how fucking racist these people are. It's it's the soft bigotry of low expectations, because these people went ahead and assumed that, oh, Tucker Carlson, he must be racist. That's why he added ridiculous fucking googly eyes to this dumb bitch's face. No, it turns out that those fucking ridiculously googly eyes are just part of that dumb bitch's face. And yeah, here's his tweet here. So it appears that Tucker's producers added googly eyes to AOC in this image. No, they didn't. This is in fact the image that everybody uses as like a source and a reference for making the googly-eyed fucking memes and tweets. Yeah, you've seen so many, see, this is the thing about so-called, if we go up here, Daily Beast. Yeah, so this guy is, the reason he's verified, I can't highlight that as an image, but the reason this guy, this Justin fella, the reason he is verified is because he's a journalist. Now, as a journalist, he thinks that Twitter is real life. So he thinks that all the images of, when people use this very image here of fucking AOC, actually, I'll bring up my, I always forget to do this. I'll bring up my little Epic Pen thing here. It's going to come up on the main screen, as it always does. I apologize for that. Yeah. Okay, is everything going on? Okay, everything says it's going online. Ignore. Yep, okay, well. Oh, there was a network error. I've got a network error, and I don't seem to be going... I don't know, I'm going out on DLive, which seems to be fine, but Twitch seems to have a network error. Let's just see if I can fix that. There is a network error. Please try again. Okay, I'm just going to refresh the Twitch page here. I have no idea what's going on. And I'll continue with the story and all the other stories, as it were, just after I work out what's going on with my Twitch. Okay, let's see what happens. I should be going live on the Twitch, according to my multi-streaming service. I am. Oh, there we go. Nope, everything is working the way it should be. That was Twitch's fault. Yeah, anyway, so it appears that Tucker's producers added googly eyes to AOC in this image. And yeah, this is a thing about fucking so-called journalists. And when I say so-called journalists, in 2021, I am actually referring to all journalists, because all journalists seem to be just fucking insane. Like, they don't know. Like, this image of AOC, it's a meme. Like, it's a meme because it's an actual image of her, and she does have crazy eyes. And, that's exactly the reason, Tucker's producers used it, is because, it makes her look crazy, because it's her making herself look crazy to the point that her making herself look crazy became a fucking meme. And that's what's happened here. And they've turned around and gone, no, this is the image of... This is what this fucking Justin cunt has done. Oh, that's the image I've seen on Twitter. Because, journalist, what a journalist is in 2021 is somebody who just simply reacts and writes about their reactions on Twitter. Yeah, a journalist in 2021 is nothing but a fucking Twitter reactionist. And that's exactly what's happened here. Oh, I've seen this just as a meme. Oh, this is clearly not a real image because I've seen people use it in meme format. Therefore, it must be a meme, and I'm offended. So he says it appears Tucker's producers added googly eyes to the AOC in this image. And yeah, you can tell he's completely full of shit and living in his own head. And, well, basically anyone who fucking voted the way he didn't like is living rent-free in his head, because instead of, he used AOC to describe her. Brandango, or whatever the fuck his name is, Fandango. Fandango. Then admitted deleting the tweet and explained, taking down this tweet as the image of AOC as their... okay, hang on, I'll read that again. Taking down this tweet as the image of AOC has been there since at least May 2018. Anyway, I take the L and the addition to the list at, whoever the fuck Sahaim is. Taking out this tweet of the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'll take it, blah, blah, blah. And he goes on. One Twitter user replied, it's not really an honest mistake. He naturally assumed the worst about Tucker, and from that assumption, assumed the added eyes. There's nothing honest about that. I mean, they look like googly eyes. Honest mistake. Good on you for finding the humor in it. Yeah, okay, so if I click on this, I should get the, let's have a look. Let's see if this tweet's still active. Let's see how we go here. I thought it was funny. You just said out loud what the rest of every time we see her. Anyone who says they thought you actually thought those were googly eyes is lying. Don't bow to the mob. See, it's amazing how the left says don't bow to the mob when one of their own is clearly called out for it, because what he is doing, I mean, AOC is a woman of color. She is a, I don't want to assume fucking pronouns, actually. I should call her a POC. AOC is a POC. I believe that stands for piece of crap.
You will die without honor.
Anyway, AOC is a piece of crap, or POC, as the left like to call anyone they deem a piece of crap. They love to call them POCs. That's my understanding. Anyway, I thought it was funny, and you just added it out loud. Okay, so she got 12 replies. Let's see. Okay, she replied to her spelling mistake, but they didn't add googly eyes. There isn't really a joke. It's not about bowing to the mob. The tweet is factually incorrect. AOC's googly eyes are very real. I had no idea he was serious. Left or right, I thought everyone knew she had googly eyes. Okay, good on you for owning that. Check the profile for claim of Christianity. Yep, the old... Okay, so it must be... You're the big fat phony. Ah, I see. So because this woman is a Christian... here it is. I see. So because this woman is a Christian, therefore she must not be genuine. Checked your profile for calendar... Hey, this is great here. Checked your profile for California residency. Yep, the old brainwash California liberal bashing a religion because of their simple-minded grasp on it. And, okay, well, let's show the replies to these. And God forbid Christian would have a sense of humor. Yeah, exactly. How dare a Christian have a sense of humor? Sorry, I don't judge the woman based on their looks, unlike you. Fucking yes. And this has no likes. He straight up thought they were edited to be bigger, or he's insulting a woman's appearance in politics. There's no middle ground. Yep, absolutely fucking right. This guy is either a misogynist or a retard. There's no two ways about it. Lol, of course he did. Freaking hilarious. Kudos to him admitting and taking the L. And yeah, there's the AOC meme. Yeah, and this guy's just posted all the AOC. Karl Marx, Chairman Mao, fucking Fidel Castro, fucking Stalin, fucking, oh God, what's his name? The faggot guy, the guy who loved fucking the fig trees and faggots. Why am I forgetting fucking the gayest guy in fucking communism ever? And he's right there in all red. God damn it. Why can't... And then AOC at the end. God damn it. Why can't I remember the biggest homosexual and lover of homosexuals that ever existed? Holy shit. Yeah, anyway, you know, the socialism is for fags guy. Why can't I think of his name? God damn it. Anyway, yeah, so that's a whole bunch of memes. Kudos for him falling for it, though. Tucker Carlson throwing Tucker Carlson under the bus. Yep, what, you okay? I am well as you. He said as much that he did. He thought they doctored the photo. Stop trying to make excuses for the guy who already admitted he's a clueless clown. I just can't imagine anyone being that stupid. Okay, let's show the replies to this. Yes, that is 100. Yes, he is 100% that stupid. Think about it. He wouldn't have tweeted if he didn't think Tucker Carlson put googly eyes in the photo. That was the point of his tweet. Oh, seriously, I thought it was a joke. Now I'm embarrassed. Okay, yeah, whatever. How delusional are you? He wouldn't be taking the L if this were the case. She naturally has googly eyes. I thought everybody knew. This woman's just doubling down, and I love it. AOC had Twitter remove this photo. Keep it alive on Parler. She hates this. Oh, and that's her with googly eyes. Ribbed condoms. Okay, that was funny. Yeah, and let's check out some of the other what other people have said about this. Cool. Now you're a journalist, so you can just say shit. It's cool how when you're a journalist you can just say shit. Yeah, no, that's true. You called yourself out. You deleted your mistake, and you even tagged the man himself. Thank you for being an actual standard. Yeah, you're my hero. Yeah, Ferris Bueller, you're my hero. I'm not the president's lawyer. I'm the United States lawyer. Blah, blah, blah. 48 hours ago, blah, blah, blah. The work continues. Secret Service changed their own White House agents in case they were loyal to Trump. There's more to this than we know. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's about it. I will not. New York Times House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Breaking via New York Times. Nancy. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting that I guess he opened the first poker. Yeah, okay. Yep. This is just all shit about AOC. He loses another court case. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with the president about everything, but I am constantly overwhelmed about how great it feels to have a normal, non-mentally ill, non-psychopathic commander-in-chief. And that's the one where, and this is the clip where, and what he's referencing here is the clip where Joe Biden refers to basically black people as monkeys. Why most you profess to comment with qualification? Nobody agrees with another person on everything. Got something to say it. Because it's Twitter feed, not yours. I write blah, blah, blah. Abraham Lincoln was mentally ill and he considered by many as the greatest president in history. Trump's problem wasn't a general meeting, it was a total lack of empathy, blah, blah, blah. Totally agree, but I could not care less with the empty chair stuff. He's overusing it, blah, blah, blah. As I was listening, okay, so this just goes on and on. This is why I normally don't just read Twitter. George Clooney to reduce Ohio State abuse scandal dossiers. Based on Ted Cruz's current line of questioning, I can only conclude he was out of the country for years, not 24 hours. New California. Now has it, okay, blah, blah, blah. Wow, confront this man. And yeah, it just goes on and on. So, not really an honest mistake. And you know what? I just have to fucking, I just have to do it. I have to show this. Since they mentioned since Joe Biden got brought up in this, I'm just going to show this. It's going to be the outro video for this. It's going to be what I say when I end this episode and always remember Black Lives Matter, as I always do with every episode. I have been doing for the past several months. I always say and always remember Black Lives Matter, and the video I'll be showing at the end of this episode is this one, and I think it's relevant because Joe Biden is mentioned. Okay, it didn't load.
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination.
Yeah, that is legitimately what the President of the United States said. But remember, Trump is the real racist. Trump is the actual racist. And, anything Joe Biden says that can be construed as racist, well, that's just because he had to listen to Trump. And, basically, Orange Man bad. And if New Man say anything wrong, it because Orange Man bad. So, no judge, New Man, focus, Orange Man. All bad, Orange Man, New Man good. Old Man, Orange, old Orange Man bad, new old man good. And speaking of what is good and bad, what is, the light from the dark, as it were. Excuse me while I take a fucking hit from my pussy stick. Yes, I am a vapor. Suck a dick. I know, it's faggy. I'm well aware of how faggy it is. Anyway, speaking of faggy, US school sends out a chart calling for an end to the regime of whiteness. Oh, God damn it. And hang on, no, you know what? The fucking fire effect came up there. And I can't find my mouse to correct that. And I will in a second. Just correct a couple of things here on my... All right, there we go. That shouldn't happen again when I try to put up the social media tabs. US school sends out a chart calling for an end to the the white regime.
The two cultures. It's like every single Australia Day, we have the same old debate about whether or not we should change the date. And this not only ruins Australia Day for a whole bunch of people, firstly, those who like the date, and secondly, those who don't like the date, but it also distracts from the very real issues facing Indigenous Australians and the fact that we should be talking about closing the gap instead of changing the date. But of course, we never talk about that half as much as we do about a little couple of numbers on a calendar. So I thought to myself, what if we didn't change the date? What if we kept the date, but what if we added a new date? Why don't we just have the 25th of January as a First Nations Day, where we can reflect on Indigenous Australia, the 60,000 years of history before European settlers came. And then we can have Australia Day being the First Fleet Day, the arrival of...
All right, what happened prior to those 60,000 years? Were there other people that the Indigenous Australians pushed off the land? And that being said, shouldn't the 24th of January go towards them? The pygmies that they murdered?
The First Fleet. And we can celebrate all that's come to pass since then and have the two of them together, the two cultures side by side and intertwined as they were on January 26th. The thing was, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd heard this somewhere before. I started digging around and sure enough, I found in this sort of obscure kind of arts and lifestyle sort of what's on kind of website, not the sort of place you'd expect to start a nation-changing debate, but the first ever Indigenous director of...
Okay, so what's going on here is, the US school, US school has called for an end to a regime of whiteness. Excuse me, first burp of the podcast. And that has translated in Australia as, we need to talk about Australia Day because just like Columbus Day in America, everybody thinks... Australia Day that recognises Captain Cook and the First Fleet coming to Australia and starting what is now Australia and, what wasn't before Australia as this whole fucking, evil racist thing. Oh, it's colonisation and fucking, all this fucking gay shit like that. And, so basically what this guy's saying is... he's got a solution for it. A conversational discussion containing white traders and we'll go on. There's Joe Hildebrand guy. I don't agree with him personally. There's a lot of stuff he says that I don't agree with. There are some things he puts out that I do agree with. And let's just see where this goes, because I honestly think don't change the date because that's bending the knees of the mob. But if he can make a fucking logical claim to why it should be changed, I am all ears. I am all ears.
Sydney Festival, Wesley Enoch had actually suggested this, had flagged this idea. He'd actually flagged 3 days, the 25th, 26th and 27th, as being a day to recognise Indigenous Australia, then European Australia.
All right, but as long as only the 26th is the public holiday. Because you can't add 2 new public holidays around it. You can't have a fucking 2-day week or whatever it is, fucking 5-day weekend. Yeah, that's not happening. Like, people have businesses to run. Shit has to get done. Yeah, it's not happening. But anyway, go on.
The first settlers, colonial Australia, whatever you want to call it, and then the sort of multicultural Australia that followed. We don't really need, I thought, those 2 days to celebrate, what is effectively 2 waves of migrants coming into Australia. Really, the first wave of migration came on January 26th. So Wesley Enoch's idea was effectively the same idea, that instead of changing the date or replacing the date, you just add to it. I kind of thought maybe we've been thinking about all this wrong. Instead of changing the date, we should be talking about a new date and building instead of destroying or replacing. That would be a floating weekend at the end of January, which I think absolutely everyone would love. What could be more Australian than a weekend? Forget Australia Day. Have Australia weekend. It's twice as good. Each state could.
Yep, that's a guy who clearly works in the corporate world and clearly, he gets money from the government.
If they didn't want to add another public holiday, each state could pick one of the sort of superfluous ones. It's not even the Queen's birthday. I'm not sure anyone actually goes around and celebrates the Queen's birthday these days. It's just another set of honours.
He's right there. Yeah,
so
I'm not going to argue with that.
Easily get, use that day and move that to a First Nations Day. That might be a nice symbolic gesture in itself. Some people might say, well, that's dividing us because it's one day for them, one day for us. Well, it's not. It's a day where we all can reflect on Australia as a great an ancient land with ancient peoples living on it, and part of Australia's wonder has always been its natural beauty, its natural phenomena. And
all right, I'm going to see if I can go back on that, because when he was talking about Australia's natural beauty and the Indigenous people, it was a guy taking a picture of weeds.
Of course, Aboriginal people have always been. You could easily get, use that day and move that to a First Nations Day. That might be a nice symbolic gesture in itself.
This.
Some people might say, well, that's dividing us because it's one day for them, one day for us. Well, it's not. It's a day where we all can reflect on Australia as a great and ancient land with ancient peoples living on it,
trees.
and part of Australia's
wearing
wonder
Western
has always
clothes.
Been its natural
and taking pictures
beauty,
of
its natural
weeds.
Phenomena, and of course Aboriginal people
And then
have always
driving
been.
oh look, I took a picture of a tree.
Recognised as the guardians and the custodians.
That's what he calls indigenous. Okay, I hope he didn't edit this, because it's fucking. It doesn't look good for you, because what do Indigenous people do? They use smartphones that were invented by the whites, and they take pictures of trees. For new listeners, that is the racist sound effect that I use. That's all-encompassing racism.
Of the land, so you can choose to sort of celebrate or acknowledge that in any way you want. All of us can. With the second day, the Australia Day, or the First Fleet Day, or whatever you want to call it, you can use that as a time to reflect that. In fact, Arthur Phillip, came with the best of intentions, a letter from the King. Ordering him to have friendly relations with
Australia Day.
The local people he met.
No, see, here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. It's Australia Day. It's a day for all Australians. If you don't like that it's on that day, well, that's on you. And you are free to protest by going to work. But I have this this sneaking suspicion that the people who have a problem with it don't have that day off anyway. In fact, the day off, the 26th of January, the public holiday, is exactly the same as the 25th and the 27th. But, go on, Joe Hildebrand.
And Phillip himself ordering that absolutely no Aboriginal person must be harmed under pain of death. And so for all the terrible stuff that came along later on, the intentions were actually quite good, and I think it would be healing for the nation to sort of acknowledge that they didn't just get off the boat and say, right, kill everybody, which you could be forgiven for thinking, judging by some of the kind of, I suppose, hardcore viewings of history that we get sometimes.
Just say it. Just say the Greens. Just say Marxist. Just say socialist.
So there actually was goodwill. There's certainly horrible things happened later, but the initial settlement did come with a great deal of hope and goodwill. It's hopefully an elegant solution, if you like, to a really complex problem where
it's not
you can
elegant.
say, all right, well, here is something for everybody. Not all
isn't-
people are the same. Not all people are going to feel the same.
No, here's the thing. It's not an elegant solution, and it's not an elegant solution to a complex problem. The problem is not complex. It's very simple. The 26th of January is Australia Day. Don't like it? That's fine. Do I think that Australia should be ruled by a fucking queen? No. But am I going to take the fucking day off for the Queen's birthday? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take that day off. Am I going to celebrate the Queen? No. And like you said, nobody gives a fuck about the Queen. Also, nobody gives a fuck about Australia Day. It's just a fucking holiday. And it's even called Australia Day. It's not called fucking First Fleet Day. It's not called Let's All Go Out and fucking Bash an Abo Day. It's not called fucking, any other fucking day. And, oh God, why didn't I have a fucking third? Why couldn't I come up with a third one there? But, yeah, it's not called fucking Bash a Minority Day. It's not called Colonial Day. It's not called any of this shit. It's called Australia Day. It's a day to celebrate the fact that you live in Australia. And how do most people celebrate it? By having a fucking day off. Just having a day off is a celebration. And, yeah, I mean, if simply calling it Australia Day is too divisive, then Australia has a serious problem. Like, what else can you say? Like, it's called Australia Day. Like, America has the 4th of July. They call it Independence Day. It's the day where they broke away from fucking England and the monarchy. We just have Australia Day. It's like, people joke about, fucking the 4th of July in America, and they call it America Day. Because all people do in America is just celebrate America. And that's exactly what Australia Day is in Australia. It's just a bunch of people celebrating. If they choose to, they can choose not to. But it's people just celebrating the fact that they live in Australia. They, they have a barbecue. They go to the beach. They fucking play some cricket or fucking, some fucking woke fucking BLM gay ball, otherwise known as the AFL, or any other, any other fag shit like that. Yeah, it's just called Australia Day. Just leave it as it is because it's Australia Day. Yeah, if you have a problem with the fact that it coincides on the day that the history books refer to, fucking Captain Cook. No, it's not even Captain Cook. Who is it? Phillips or whatever. Coming irrelevant. See, I don't even know. I just know it's Australia Day. That's the day that you put on a hat that is basically made of an Australian flag, and you fire up a barbie, throw a few snags on there, and get shit-faced on beer. You get pissed. That's the point of it.
At that time of year, there are some people who just don't care at all, probably ignore it altogether. But for those who do, this hopefully presents a kind of orb, if you like, of ways to celebrate what they love about Australia and what they want to celebrate about Australia, and an acknowledgement, of course, that there was an Australia here long before the First Fleet arrived. And then once we've got that settled, then maybe we can actually focus on the real material, physical, economic problems facing Indigenous Australia, that real gap. And that is what we should really be ashamed about.
Yeah, well, the one thing we should really be...
The only thing that worries me is hair loss.
Yeah, well, see,
there's not much any of us can do about who landed on what beach,
Hey, I didn't land on Ayers Rock. Ayers Rock landed on me. Does that not work in this situation?
more than 2 centuries ago. But the way a lot of Indigenous people are living now and the problems they face, that is something we really do have to address as a national.
Yeah, and we're not going to do that by changing the name of a day, and we're not going to do that by dancing around it with woke fucking language curses or, censorship. Yeah, that's what I think about changing the day. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, a chart identified as the 8 levels of white identity, getting back to what happened in the US, in fact, in New York, after a school sent out guidelines encouraging students to dismantle the, quote, regime of whiteness. The dossier distributed by the principal of East Side Community. Sorry, I am quite drunk. Yeah, I'm always drunk for these podcasts. That's kind of the point. East Side Community School in view of in New York, rather in View York. Well, I'm sure you can see it from New York. Places white traders and white abolitionists at the 7 or 8 scale of the white supremacists being labelled as the most extreme number 1. The chart defines white abolitionists as activists who strive to change institutions, dismantle whiteness, and refuse to allow whiteness to reassert itself. Whiteness to reassert itself. So how dare white people come back around? There is a regime of white... Okay, where is it? Banner. Okay, I'm going to guess this is a dude. There is a regime of whiteness, and there is action-oriented white identities. People who identify with whiteness are one of those. It's about time we build an ecological of whiteness. Since white people have been the ones writing about and governing others. The document penned by African American Studies Professor Bana Hassi said. Okay. The scale, which is color-coded, red to green. Yeah, it's color-coded just like the terror alerts. So that just goes to show you how fucking serious the terror alerts were. Because it's, this is it. This is the fucking thing here. And yeah, it's just as ridiculous as, where you should be at on the fucking terror alert scale. Regime of whiteness, blah, blah, blah. Here we got the 8 white identities. Number 1, white supremacists. Clearly marked white society that preserves names and values white supremacy. So if a guy has the name Mick Flannery or Mick anything, he is clearly a white supremacist. White voyeurism wouldn't challenge a white supremacist. Desires non-whiteness because it's interesting, pleasurable. Seeks to control the consumption and apparition of non-whiteness. Fascination with culture. Okay, so basically, white voyeurism is Wiggers. White privilege. I've always been fascinated about this one. Many may critique supremacy, but deep investment in questions of fairness and equality under the normalization of whiteness and white rule, sworn goal of diversity. Okay, so that is the white progressive, is what you're talking about right there. The white privilege is the the soft bigotry of low expectations. White benefit, systematic set of issues, but only prevailing won't speak, act, blah, 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 POCs. white confessionals, some exposure of whiteness takes place, but as a way of being accountable to pieces of crap. After, well, it says POC, I can only assume POC stands for piece of crap. You know, if I'm wrong, let me know. But hey, POC. Motherfucking, you know me. No, POC. Yeah, you know me, and I'm just looking through my fucking...
Let me abos go loose, Lou. Let me abos go loose. They're of no further use, Lou. So let me abos go loose. All together now.
Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport.
White critical. Take on board the critiques of whiteness and invest in exposing / marking the white regime. Refuses to be complicit with the regime. Whiteness speaking back to whiteness. Okay, so basically, if you walk around being white, the white critical will call you out on walking around with the crime of being white. Yeah, it seems like the white critical could be replaced by the word cuck. That's just my thoughts. White traitor. Yeah, see, this one I'm okay. Before I read on, white traitor. If white critical, I think could be called a cuck. I'm gonna go ahead and say white traitor. You could use the word faggot to describe this. Well, let's find out. Actively refuses complicity. Names what's going on. Intention. Is to subvert white authority and tell the truth, whatever the cost. Need them to dismantle institutions. Now, here's the thing about the white traitor. Is the problem you have with the white traitor, if I'm going to say, and I actually do think I'm accurate in saying the word faggot absolutely applies. But the problem you have with this white traitor here is intention to subvert white authority and tell the truth. Now, telling the truth, like, yeah, that's not going to get you in the good books with these people. You cannot tell the truth because, as we've seen in places like Australia, in like the United Kingdom, in Canada, telling the truth is a no-no. They will refer to any truth you tell as a, quote, hate fact. Yeah, they do not want the truth. They do not have any intention of getting the truth. They want their narrative pushed. And, you say, oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by telling the truth is some kind of faggotry? Well, let me explain. Basically, you're saying that white people aren't evil. Looking at fucking statistical numbers of, what demographics commit crimes higher than other demographics. And, I'm sure 33% of you could think of a meme. There's a massive problem with that, and it's the truth. Because if you have people telling the truth, well, according to this scale, they're going to get knocked back to white privilege or probably white voyeurism. Okay, and white abolitionist, number 8. Changing institutions, dismantling whiteness, and not allowing whiteness to reassert itself.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
Are they white?
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
You're fucking a white male!
Apparently so. The Eastside Community School says that it is committed to creating a community, highly skilled students. Yeah, it's not going to happen with what you're teaching. critical thinkers and lifetime learners and socially responsible citizens in its mission statements online. Yeah, everything that from 1 to 8 in this list completely goes against that. Oh, we have a school-wide commitment to celebrating diversity and promoting social justice and combating racism, sexism, homophobia, classism, and any other form of discrimination, the official website reads. Okay, so what about a white working class straight male? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that everything I just said flies in the face of your ideology. The idea that a white working class straight person, a straight male, can exist and earn living, that is something you have a problem with. That is something that bothers you. That is something you do not care for, and that is why you've written this list. Apply to any other. Okay, psychology professor, rather, Jeffrey Miller hit back against the document and handed out to the public school as the original post gathered thousands of replies on Twitter. Again, see, this is the thing about journalists. They think Twitter is real life. Like, Twitter makes up 2% of the population. If half the people on Twitter have a problem with something, that's 1% of the population. So we are letting the few dictate the welfare of the many. That is how it's going. And then, okay, it goes on, Scoop. Principal of Eastside College, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this guy says, Jeffrey Miller, dismantling whiteness and allowing whiteness to reserve itself. Apply any other group. And this would sound like a monstrous use of euphemism for mass extermination and cultural annihilation. He is absolutely right, because that is absolutely what it is. And yeah, what was I going on about? Oh, okay, yeah, we got more to go to, because yeah, sorry. Yeah, but this is just fucking, woke horseshit. I'm actually quite drunk. Alright, Daily Beast deletes his tweet. Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, schools with their fucking white abolition. Oh, here's the next one. This one's about Coca-Cola, but you know what? I'm going to ignore this one. Because yeah, fuck it. And how long have we been going? Alright, we've almost been going an hour. And oh, you know what? We gotta get to this. Transgender woman Gabrielle Ludwig returns to college court. Fairmont Chief Caliph, beneath the foggy mirror of a makeshift locker room, no bigger than a storage closet, sits 11 women. Their eyes. Yeah, their wide eyes are fixed on the overdosed basketball coach who was delivering he's delivering a speech. Sorry, I'm wearing my blue blocker glasses, and I've had that much to drink that it's it's a problem. As he takes a sip from a can. There's parts, equal parts inspiration and 4-letter words. The scene. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I have a Okay, I'm sorry. Basketball coach who is delivering a pre-game speech that is equal parts inspiration and 4-letter words. The scene plays out at a college across the community each night, but on this rainy evening inside a Bay Area junior college gymnasium, it serves a prelude to a debate unlikely to any other in sports history. Okay, so that microphone wasn't working. When the focus of the 12-minute prep talk pivots to this topic, the eyes of 10, 18 to 20-year-old women, including one deaf player, another woman a few inches shy of 5 feet, so a midget, focus on the Mission College player who has yet to play this season. There, near the door, sits the oldest, 50-year-old, tallest, 6 feet, 6 inches. Alright, she's 3 inches taller than I am. 230 pounds wider than I am. And the most muscular person in the room, Gabrielle Ludwig.
Come out and be Gabrielle the player.
Heard the coach Corey Cafe tells her, the head coach Corey Cafe tells her, you worked hard to get here. This damn team in here, everyone has your back. Ludwig nervously runs her hand over the sock, approaching the tattoo on her leg, as she has long been eager, yet apprehensive about this moment. Can she still play? What will she hear from the adults in the stands? She is an adult. She is a he, and she is 50. What the fuck is that? Is what she will hear. Can she still play? What will she hear from the adults in the stands? What will she hear her opponents on the court whisper? Is that a fucking man? Are we playing against a man? Is this... No. And can she keep her emotions in check? Or the fact that you're using she, I'm gonna say no. She didn't know if this day would ever arrive. Well, she did. She's been waiting 50 years and it already happened before. Tonight, before spectators who will cheer and curse, she hits the reset button on her life. Your name will be called. Caprietta assures her about her playing time. Your name will be called. Your name will be called.
Gay!
A few moments outside of this room. Outside this room. No, it all comes back to the name. They don't know she is 50 and last played a college basketball game in 1980. Yeah, they do. They have eyes. They can absolutely see this. As a man.
Gay!
They don't know the audacity. One failed suicide attempt. 2 failed marriages. One 19-year-old daughter who insists on calling her dad. 2 girls who insist in calling her Mama Gabby.
That's right. 2 girls who insist on calling her Mama Gabby.
Also a daughter who insists on calling her dad.
That bitch is transphobic.
But it doesn't matter. Because, and they have little sense. Wait. Sorry. And they have little sense of reactions Ludwig has encountered. The gawking, the whispers, the female reference in Balstone who looked at her in her eye and refused to shake her hand.
Transphobe. What other things do we say when I don't get my way? Oh, turf.
That's right. The last time I played college ball, I was 20 years old. Ludwig tells her team. Walking out here 30 years later, her voice drowned out by the applause of young women who know in their hearts that the worst backlash, the worst of it all, is only minutes away. Yeah,
they're called the opposing team, and yeah, they realise that a 6'6" man is about to dunk on them.
No, they're transphobic. They're not looking at who she believes she is. Her voice is drowned out by the applause, blah, blah, blah. And there she is. The woman teammates called Gabby. Okay, so that's who calls her Mama Gabby. Is her teammates. The people who are benefiting from the fact of having a 6'6" woman involved in their basketball team. The people who, oh my God. This is all about a transgender fucking, as you can see here, a transgender player. It was an inspiration. Okay, so I'm guessing, it was an inspiration, to be had. It was aspirin to a bad headache, Ludwig says. About the dress, the dress wearing. Yeah, that's like taking a pill. Yeah, too bad. Actually, taking a pill won't make you a woman.
Gay!
Unable to find an answer of what haunted her, Ludwig sought an escape. At 15, Ludwig, let's be realistic, popped every pill of every color she found around the house. She told her parents she didn't want to be here.
Yep. That's called gender dysmorphia. And 40% of you end up killing yourself.
Once puberty hit, the image in the mirror changed. Suddenly, there were... okay, so this is absolute bullshit. This is a woman who claims she is a fucking... basically claims that she is a tranny. And, is playing college basketball against actual fucking college-age students. And, here she is fucking right here, standing literal head and shoulders above the rest of the crowd. And, yes, I'm using her profound pronouns. No, but rather her preferred pronouns because, hey, like, I can call you she, I can say her till I'm fucking blue in the face and everything I'm saying is a fucking joke and you know it. You fucking know it. You fraud. You sick fuck. You just want to be around fucking little girls. Look at this shit. Like, just look at this. The idea that fucking, no, she was trapped in her body for so long and only once it became convenient to be fucking transgender and only once it became possible to be transgender that you could join a fucking girls basketball team and, have your way with them. Oh my God. If I was the father of one of these fucking girls, and not even the girls on the team, because a father of girls on the team would be like, oh, okay, my daughter's team is clearly going to win. They are clearly not going to have any issues with dunking because I thought I was sending my fucking girl to women's basketball and I never expected anybody to dunk on her, let alone dunk on her and at the same time perform a turkey slap. But here we are. And I do have some videos on this thing. Here we are.
Back in the early 80s, Robert Ludwig played a season of college ball before disappearing from the game.
He played a season of college ball before disappearing from the game. Gee, I wonder if that was due to a lack of blackness. Yeah, this guy didn't need to become... see, here's the thing. He's a white guy who wasn't good enough to make it further than one season of college ball. Yeah, his problem isn't he's a man. His problem is he isn't black.
Number 42, Gabby Ludwig.
Now, after 30 years, he has reappeared as she. Last summer, fresh off sex reassignment surgery, Gabrielle Ludwig walked onto the women's team at Mission College in Santa Clara, California.
I was on the basketball court 6 weeks after the surgery.
What surgery? Why would a woman need surgery to be a woman?
Did you fully believe, hey, I can be kind of like Bob used to be physically, and now I'm out here and it's like, whoa.
Absolutely. I had to start from scratch.
Bullshit. No, that's not the bullshit thing. Yeah, but you get the point.
And build my body. My practices always ended with me in some sort of agonizing position.
Yeah, that's because you're 50 and you're playing against 20-year-olds. You could have had none of the fucking hormone therapy. You could have had none of the shit. What, do you think a 50-year-old man is going to fucking keep up with a bunch of 20-year-old dudes? Nah, not happening. I mean, yeah.
This is the kind of agony Gabby has always wanted. Because the body she's now running up and down the court in finally feels like it's the right one.
What, full of fucking drugs and with a missing penis that's been inverted into a wound that won't heal properly, and so she basically has to take drugs to keep what was her cock, from turning into a scab. That's what she always wanted. That's what she always wanted. Well, according to that news article, that is exactly what she always wanted. And yeah, let's just go through this. This fucking monstrosity, this beast, is just slam dunking on women and trying to act like, she's the victim. Like she's the victim of fucking systemic racism. No, not systemic racism. No, but I'm sure at some point she will claim, he will come, she will claim racism. And I'm looking for the fucking quote in this article. I know it's in here somewhere. But one of the on the page of fits. I'm missing puddle. She's got man parts. I don't want her in the same locker room with my daughter. Someone said, yeah, these are all fucking perfectly acceptable. This ain't right. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show. When Ludwig enters, hang on, I should do it from the.
When Ludwig enters, okay, I can't see the screen. When Ludwig enters the game midway through the first half. At the Mission College, fans and parents greet her with boisterous, is that what it says? With boisterous standing ovation.
With boisterous standing ovation. A different response.
Yeah, okay. A different response from some of the college. Blah, 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 blah. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that thing? Kevin Casey, the father from a... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so basically, okay, I couldn't read that from where I have my fucking voice mod mic. But what the fuck is that thing? Says Kevin Casey, the father of Siskosis player who lives in the Circus Heights outside of Sacramento. So it's great that one of the fathers of the girls who's playing against this, like, she's trying to fucking play her way through college as, doing basketball as a girl. And her father goes, what the fuck is that? And then, the media decides, we need to name the daughter. We need to name the fucking father who said, what the fuck is that thing? Because, obviously that is wrong think. Yeah. The reason I highlighted this is because it's absolutely the media trying to dox wrong think. Like, the reason they put that in there was so that everyone could know exactly whose father said it, punish him, and exactly who his daughter is, and punish her by, not like allowing her on a team or whatever. Yeah, the only reason to mention who the person was who looked at, that fucking thing, who looked at, that thing, that thing that we're all thinking, what is it? And just had the balls to say out loud, what the fuck is that? Yeah. That guy we need to dox. That guy we need to fucking get rid of. And that's exactly what the fucking media did in this post. And yeah, speaking of trannies and sport, rather, hang on, I got more on this. All right, here's another one on it.
Abby Ludwig spent 8 years in the Navy and served in Desert Storm, but her duty in the Middle East might not be as tough as the challenge she has at a local community college. Vern Glenn has more.
At Mission College in Santa Clara, you won't find too many players like Gabrielle Ludwig. Not that she turned 51 this month. Not that it's been 30 years since she last played college basketball. It's because Gabrielle Ludwig used to be Robert John Ludwig, who spent most of his life knowing he was a woman.
Your body doesn't match your spirit, and you search and search.
Your body doesn't match your spirit, and you search and search, and then 2015 happens, and you see Bruce Jenner do what he did, and you think, well, I can get some of that money.
For what that thing is. And then when you finally become educated enough to understand
I want to know
what's afflicting you.
Okay, what that thing is. Oh, wait, this is very telling.
And you search and search for what that thing is.
Okay, so what that thing is actually a quote from her. So when the father said, what the fuck is that thing? He was, he wasn't wrong. Because that's how that thing describes itself.
And then when you finally become educated enough to understand what's afflicting you, you can decide to do something about it.
Ludwig completed a gender change operation back in July.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Her proudest moment lately was last Friday, where the team escorted her to an East Bay court, and a judge stamped a new birth document declaring her a woman.
When she came to us asking if we would go with her to the court date, it was like, of course, like, we want to make a point to show them that we want her to play. We want her on this team. She deserves it.
This team sucks. I'm just going to go out and say it on a limb that I guarantee this team sucks.
To be on this team.
He said, granted. I turned to my players and I said, let's play ball, y'all.
It's a great situation. I mean, it's a courageous situation on her part to come back.
Wait, is that a tranny? I don't even know. Hang on. I have to pour a drink, so... yeah, I want to keep playing the video for everybody else, but I don't know what's a tranny and what's not.
Support has been an issue.
Nobody to turn to, like...
Yeah, because you never had tits before, and now you do, so, you got to find the right bra. Wait, where's it? There we go.
So many other people who are transgender, you get lost.
Yeah, I doubt there are that many transgender players that you're going to get lost. Although, speaking about lost, your mental state, your hope, and I got to pour a drink.
There are still factions and people who don't understand. I understand the questions. I understand the concerns. But the world is changing. And this is part of that.
She has put the pain of a suicide attempt at age 15 and two failed marriages behind
puts her. In the 40%.
Her oldest daughter calls her dad, but she's fine with that. The two other daughters who live with the pain...
Understand the questions.
Transgender.
All right, I didn't hear the shit about the dad, so I had to go back.
There are still factions and people who don't understand. I understand the questions. I understand the concerns.
Really? You understand the concerns? Wait, who is this? Director of Marketing. Why are they talking to the Director of Marketing about allowing a fucking 50-year-old man who's 6'6" to dunk on little girls and then shower with them? Yeah, the Director of Marketing, that's who you need to talk to.
But the world is changing. And this is part of that.
All right, so, 12-year-old girls, 17, 18-year-old girls can be dunked on and at the same time turkey slapped because the world is changing. So the world is changing, people. You want to send your daughter, your daughter wants to go to college on a fucking basketball scholarship, expect a cock in her face as she's being dunked on because, the world is changing.
She has put the pain of a suicide attempt at age 15 and 2 failed marriages.
Okay, suicide attempt at age 15 and 2 failed marriages. So, that's 3 losses right there. 3-time loser,
marriages behind her. Her oldest daughter calls her dad.
Yeah, she also puts her cock and balls behind her so she can look like a lady.
But she's fine with that.
She's a dad, but she's... Wait.
Part of that.
She has put the pain of a suicide attempt at age 15 and 2 failed marriages behind her. Her oldest daughter calls her dad, but she's fine with that. The 2 other daughters...
Her oldest daughter calls her dad, but she's fine with that. Yeah, because her oldest daughter is speaking her truth. And, all this woke horse shit, all this fucking bullshit that you're going through, you can't deny that.
Who live with her call her Mama Gabby.
Oh, okay, so she's managed to brainwash. I'm guessing these Mama Gabby daughters are quite young, and his oldest daughter is old enough to remember dad. Actual dad. And is not playing along with this shit and knows what's going on.
Her message to those out there hiding, questioning their identity.
Stick with it. No matter how many bumps in the road and landmines you hit, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, you can get onto a fucking college girls basketball team if you just remember, deny. If you just take the if you just take the Bill Clinton approach.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, just keep denying. Keep denying what you are and who you are. And eventually, if you can lie to yourself hard enough, you will find people who will believe that lie.
In Santa Clara, Vern Glenn, CBS 5.
And the numbers are in on Gabby's first game. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 11 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, good first appearance in just 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I expect a few more rebounds in the next contest. Okay.
Wow, I think I might have had it set on the wrong mode there. Yeah, so basically what she's saying is you can just lie to yourself enough. You can just keep lying and lying and lying, and eventually people will believe you. And that goes to show in this next one, which is outstanding transgender athletes. Play.
I'm just a regular girl living my best life, let's
try that again. That was only audio.
Or trying to live my best life. I'm being bashed by the media. I'm being bashed by all the conservatives, I guess you can say. And I honestly don't even consider myself.
Yeah, you're being bashed by the conservatives while smashing the shit out of the liberal chicks.
Myself as trans, I just consider myself as a female. And it's unfair because that's the scientific definition that describes what or who I am is a trans female, but internally in myself, I know that I'm a female.
No, internally in yourself, you find nothing because you got a dick and balls.
I am a straight female, so a transgender female who is heterosexual, who likes heterosexual men. I'm very feminine and
This is
don't
what
like to I don't like my
female.
muscles,
This is
like,
the
things like that.
future
Like, I don't
of
like
female
I don't like
sports
to be, like,
right
seen
here.
as, like, strong or like jacked. Like if somebody calls me jacked, like I feel some type of way because I'm like, no, I'm a female. I'm not
future of
supposed to be
female
jacked.
sports.
Everybody in the gym, everybody in the warm up area was like staring at me like they've never.
Yeah, because they've never seen a dude pretending to be a lady. Aerosmith had a song about it.
Seen somebody like me before, like, and I thought I was paranoid, but my coach confirmed it. The individuals that
Your coach had to confirm the fact that you're a freak. Congratulations on the delusion.
I was with confirmed that everybody was staring at me and it wasn't just me. And at the end of the day,
yeah, why would everyone be staring at you? I mean, it's a track and field, hurdles race, so the idea of a black person being there, not absurd at all. So there must be something else that is catching their eye. There must be something else that has got them going, this is a bit off. This seems, dare I say, odd.
I still have to hold my head high and because at the end of the day, I know that I'm a female and nobody can tell me anything. It's really hard for trans girls like myself too to get any attention from men. And it's just like...
Yep. Yeah, no, yeah, yes.
Listen, we are girls. We're females too. You don't know what's going on down there, and you would never know unless you...
Yeah, I gotta kind of... I think I think I might have an idea.
You're fucking a white man!
Take the initiative to get to know that girl, and then if you get to that stage, then you'll know what the situation is. Taking evolutionary psychology, it's hard because that feeling of wanting that attention from men is innate, and the fact that I'm looking for it from men and straight men and not just any men is that I am a heterosexual female and the female that I was always meant to be. The guys that you're attracted to are heterosexual men. And a heterosexual guy would never come to me or a transgender girl and say you're beautiful.
Oh, you want a heterosexual guy to come to you and say that you're beautiful and that you're totally feminine, and you want him to...
He took my toy. She hit my bell. I want a potty. I want a cookie. I want to stay up. I want me. Mine. Now.
They would never ask you out. They would never take that initiative like they would with a born female. You know what I mean? And I know...
Am I saying that I'm better than you? Yeah, I'm fucking better than you, okay? Much better than you.
That I shouldn't be worried about that, but it's why shouldn't I be worried about it when a normal, born heterosexual female is worried about that too? It's just innate. It's who I am. I cannot not worry about it, So that's one thing I just really wanted to get out there. Guys, we're girls too. I know that you're intimidated, but
that's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Don't be afraid. You not just because you're attracted to that girl, you know that she's trans. If she's beautiful and you're attracted to her, then she's beautiful and you're attracted to her. Let her know. It's unfair.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing.
Yeah, well, that's not true.
I'm just a regular girl living my best life, or trying to live my best life.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
And, at the end of the day, I still have to hold my head high and, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm a female and nobody can tell me anything.
I thought the bitch was white! God damn it!
Yeah, apparently, it's, she's just a heterosexual girl living in a heterosexual world. And she took a midnight train. Yeah, she took a midnight train going anywhere, and that anywhere was fucking crazy town. Yeah, apparently I'm alone in this. Oh, and yeah, let's bring it back to Australia. And yeah, we have our own fucking trains.
Hey.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, fucking oath, mate. Nah, bloody hell, mate. I fucking hope I'm gonna... just let me adjust me nuts.
I'm Hannah Mounsey.
It's me in a wig. It's me in a wig.
Pronouns are she and her. And look, I'm a handball player, football player, business owner, dog mum. I stand up for everyone being given an equal shot.
It's me in a wig.
It's about everyone being treated with the respect they deserve. Started playing handball when I was...
Oh, look at that feminine tussle of the hair. I'm a lady.
Probably 19 years old, so I was quite late to it. But in Australia, that's pretty common because it's not a huge sport here. And then transitioned from male to female in 2016, so I would have been 27.
Yep, this is what we have in Australia. So don't worry, America. You're not doing something that's fucking insane in the Western world. No. Me in a wig is a trans rights activist. Me in a wig. Dude, I'm seriously considering like buying a wig and filming something because I can... Yeah, it's me in a wig.
Which was difficult, but you know, I was always going to keep playing sport because why wouldn't I? And then in the last 2 years, you know, I run a company that I started 2 years ago.
Trannies are us.
And we provide disability support.
To people who are disillusional. Is that the disability?
For people in Melbourne and in Canberra who are suffering from a mental health condition.
Yeah, it's called gender dysmorphia. You fruit.
Or have a neurological conditions.
Gender dysmorphia. You fruit.
So by that we'd call autism, Down syndrome, all those sort of...
Gender dysmorphia.
Things. And that's been amazing. You know, in the last 6 months, you know, I've gone from having no staff to 10. For a long time, it was just me. And it's just terrific. Like, we get to help people every day. And in that, you know, we get a lot of trans people come anyway once they realise that it's a safe place. And, you know, with autism, there are...
No, you get a lot of trans people once you realise looking like you and just having a wig and long hair gets them money. But, you know, go on. No, your computer has virus on it. Your computer has virus. No, you're transgender. I can offer you, because you are transgender, I can offer you the money is the refund.
There's a really high proportion of trans people who also have autism. Look, sports.
A high proportion of trans people have autism. Yeah, because somebody told them they were male, and they went, no, and they have to say no 3 times because, you know, autism.
It's really important to me because it's always been where I felt comfortable, which I know is not the case for 99% of trans people.
No, it's not the case for about 40% of you, because 40% of you kill yourselves. Again, literally me in a wig.
Really, so it's a little bit different. But for me, it's always been where I felt safe. And to be honest, it's probably what I used to cover up all the insecurities that I had too.
Oh, autism is what you use to cover up the insecurities. So, being a fucking awkward cunt is what you use to cover up being an awkward cunt.
The only thing that worries me is hair loss.
I threw myself headlong at it. And so for me, it's what I've always done. I wanted to do a lot of things in that place. And I knew if I was trans, like, I couldn't do it.
Well, then why did you become trans? Dude. Like, if you reverse this, and this is only going to make sense to Australians, but if you just rewind the clock, like, what are we, 2021? Okay, rewind the clock 40 years and say this is an AFL player. It's fucking Warwick Kappa.
So by the time I knew what trans was, and I thought maybe...
Yeah. There's absolutely no reason that Warwick Kappa can't make the same argument. I was flying around in pink helicopters. I was fucking, wearing my short shorts. Had the word at my feet. A couple of bright newcomers called Boss. Had the word at their feet. Oh, it's fucking hard, isn't it? Yeah, get this references. But yeah, your Warwick Kappa. Holy shit. I got it. That's your fucking nickname. Woke Kappa. Wokic Kappa. Trust me. Australians listening will get that, and it's funny.
It was going down that path.
Woke Kappa.
I was like, no way. I can't be.
Wokic
Kappa.
Kappa.
What happens to sport? And so I just buried it for a lot of other reasons too, but I just buried it. And it wasn't till I was 24, 25 that it just...
Yeah, you just buried it like you did your cock in that guy's asshole.
Became impossible to live with. Like, it really did. I was, like, beyond exhausted running away from it and trying to work out what it was, and...
Me in a wig!
Being terrified that people would find out that I had these thoughts and feelings around who I was. And for me, sport gives me purpose because it was always something to work towards. For me, it was always the thing that I knew I was good at. It was a purpose. It was a drive to achieve something, to become good at something, and do something with a group of people that you also have a lot of fun with. For anyone struggling with their gender identity or their sexuality, I would just say,
don't do this.
It's not a race. You don't have to know who you are, who you're attracted to. And to be honest, it might change over time anyway.
No, you're either a faggot or you're not. What are you, son? Because, yeah, like I said, 20 years ago, you're Warwick Kappa and you are smashing puss. Today, the exact same fucking look, you're a faggot. Oh my God. Seriously, I want to see this fucking lady and Mr. Warwick Kappa sit down and have a chat about football. Not about sexuality, not about anything else. I just want to get them in a room under the guise of talking about football. Trust me, it would be fucking hilarious.
In the sense of your sexuality anyway. Gender identity, that can be really fluid too.
Do you suck dicks or not? I mean, yeah, you're right. Fluid comes out of them. Like, the fluid from dicks, do you enjoy or not?
For me, it's not. But you don't have to know right now.
Yeah, what is it? Do you love the cock? Yeah, you love the cock, don't you? You love the cock. Oh, you dirty little piggy. Oh, look at you. You naughty little piggy.
And if you do know right now and you're really scared of coming out or don't know how to do it, don't yet.
You naughty piggy. You love the dicky.
You'll know when you're ready. You'll know when the time is right. But I would just say, when you do, everything will be okay. Because you'll have probably worked out who the right people to talk to are.
Yeah, not your parents. Especially not your dad, who just listens to what you have to say. Has no words back to you. Stands up and just walks into a bedroom. And then all you hear is a single muffled gunshot.
Because I can use myself as an example. I was trying to work out how to come out for like a year.
Come.
Once I knew I had to do it, and I was terrified. And the thing is,
Dick,
I knew everyone would be fine, and I didn't think anyone would have any issues, but I was still terrified.
Okay, so your friends and family knew you were a flaming fucking homo.
It's been incredible. Like, everything I'm doing now
Yeah, I'm gonna tussle my hair. I'm a lady. Dude, this is a fucking Monty Python sketch. No, keep going, you fucking fruit.
I never would have been able to do before. You know, like with work, I'm sure I wouldn't be in the position I am now, owning a company with however many staff, if I hadn't transitioned. I know I wouldn't be. You know, I certainly wouldn't be as good a person or as good a friend to everyone that I know now if I hadn't transitioned.
Hope. Yeah, I hope my son isn't that. There's some hope for you. Yeah, I hope I don't raise that. I hope that isn't fucking part of my family lineage. Yeah, there's a lot of hope in what you're saying. And yeah, all of it is I hope you're not.
You will die without honor.
Well, that is something that will actually fucking happen. Flame sound. Yeah, so Jesus Christ. What a fucking fruit bag. And hang on, I'm just gonna close down this window. And yeah, speaking of fucking fruit bags, how long have we been going with this podcast? Holy shit, we're coming up 2 hours. Yeah, you know what? Critical race theory, blah blah blah. Yeah, well, we're gonna get into yeah, we're gonna get into some crime, I guess. I'm just gonna look at the time because I started this podcast way too late, and yeah, you know what? I have to actually end it. I'm not gonna be able to do the crime. I actually need to fucking hit the sack. Yeah, I apologize for that. I apologize for nothing else I've said or that I will say in the next episode. So, yeah, all the crime shit is completely irrelevant. And, yeah, I'm going to end this podcast on that. I'm also going to end it at the way I always end these podcasts. And I will stop ending these podcasts this way once you people, and you know who you are, stop acting the way you do. So yeah, I will catch you guys on I will catch you guys tomorrow because yeah, it's Tuesday. Anyway, all right, I will catch you in 22 hours from now. No, 21 hours from now rather. I will catch you guys again, same bat time. You know, same bat channel. And yeah, always remember, always remember, Black Lives Matter.
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccine.
Gay!